Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. Yuki Sakuna has unfortunately had to make a decision about the things that she is going to be doing in the future, because remember, I did mention several days ago, Gao Papa, the artist and illustrator for her design and for Minato Aqua's design when they were a part of Hololive, has been found to have been a groomer. Unfortunately, they had relations with a 14-year-old, according to the whole story that goes. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown. They talked online. She didn't really tell him her age. She was more of a kind of a crazed fan type of thing, going after him, that type of stuff. You can usually tell by the look of the person if they're a little too young. Even if they look too young, you just ask for ID at some point, especially if you're going to engage in the activities that they engaged in. He slept with her at one point in time, after I think like a month or so of talking. And then afterwards, he, of course, once he found out the whole, age thing, he pushed her away. He was like, oh my God, no. But that was after sleeping with her already. Then what ended up happening is that she came back like a year or two later, and with a different name, changed her hairstyle, changed her makeup, changed her look entirely, and tried to get with him again. They had a relationship of about another month or two, or another several times. And then when he found out that she was her again, he quit and he stopped it. But the point is, he still had relations with a 14-year-old. So he admitted to it on Kode Kode stream. He retired fully. He also had some other side effects, of course, that were normal, which was something here, which was that he is being taken away from his actual manga, the actual manga that he created. He is an illustrator for a certain manga here. A lot of girls, a lot of, anime and things like that, manga were drawn by him. Sonic Exhibition Selfie Girls currently being held at the Wine Gallery in Tokyo. And unfortunately, he also has been removed from the guild receptionist. They are changing the illustrator there. The Bunko Dengeki, which is the agency that covers the whole thing, the agency that's doing the whole stuff, is removing him from everything here. And that is, of course, something that's going to be happening slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, the things like that are going to be happening. And it is something that, of course, everyone has to take a look at. And, of course, see what's going to go on, see what's going to be happening. Today, we're talking about Yuki Sakuna, though, who has made a decision herself. She has said, due to the confirmation of inappropriate behavior by the illustrator in charge, we have decided to refrain from using illustrations created by said individual moving forward. However, for ongoing projects that are already in progress, we may, after consultation with the relevant parties, continue to handle them in an exceptional basis, basically a one-by-one case basis. Kindly ask for your understanding in advance. As I personally hold the rights to the character designs, my activities will continue as usual. Regarding the visuals used for live broadcasts, we currently are in careful discussions, including the possibility of engaging with a new illustrator. We apologize for the sudden announcement, but I hope to continue my activities with the same dedication as always. I will be grateful for your warm support moving forward. Thank you for your continued support of Sakuna Yuki. And of course, people are going here of Sakuna-tan. Is it okay to delete that person's info from the description of the first stream? It's kind of hard to do that. It is very hard to do that. You have to edit it. You have to go to the first stream where it's said and all that kind of stuff. Edit it. Usually find a timestamp. She's very busy, as a lot of other people are, when you go through all these things. And she is, of course, trying to make sure that she distances herself from it. It is not her fault that Gao did this. It is not her fault that it ended up being the model Papa, the illustrator Papa. But she is making the proper steps to make sure in the future it doesn't happen. It's worth noting that if Gao is charged and convicted of lewd acts with a 14-year-old, he could face 6 months to 10 years imprisonment for forcible indecency, up to 5 years for that related offense, and the possibility of 5 years if that is proven. Fines could accompany lighter sentences up to 3 million yen. So yeah, it does make sense. It does suck for her, as these people are saying here. It does absolutely suck for her. But I hope she can find an artist that can, continue the design, the same design, but move it on to something that would fit her better and make her not feel so uncomfortable. Because once you find out your artist has done all these types of things, it is bad. It is not good. You do want to distance yourself from them. And people will still try to blame you for whatever reason. I don't understand why people do that, but they will still try to blame her in one way, shape, or form. I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you that that's what's going to end up happening. We might see a similar announcement from 1010 as well, given she also uses the same illustrator Sakuna for quite some time too. Himari is another one as well. So everyone, Kagura or whoever else has been illustrated by him or has illustrations done by him, everyone now has to go through and find someone else. And that is a whole new search that they're going to have to do. It does suck, but I wish them all the very best, because this is a situation that they should never have been put in. But the Gao Sensei did some idiotic stuff, way beyond idiotic stuff, criminal stuff, and of course, they have to suffer for the consequences for that, unfortunately. Aqua Virtual EN, the English branch of the Indonesian Aqua Virtual, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it is Indonesian. They do have an announcement regarding Saotome. Saotome is a VTuber who was a part of Perfruor. I'm going to be talking about them in a little bit. Of course, it says, we would like to inform you that Saotome will be stepping away from Perfruor and will no longer appear as an active member of the unit. Decision was made after careful consideration and open discussion with the full support of the team. Sai will continue to be a part of Aqua Virtual EN. So she doesn't want to be a part of Perfruor. I don't know if there was maybe some, I don't want to speculate too much. Maybe it was too much responsibility at this time. Personal things get in the way where you have to go and take care of your family instead of taking all the responsibilities that come as being a part of a group. Since her debut, Sai has brought her own presence and perspective to Perfruor and Asterisk Amusement Park. As a member of Perfruor, Sai, Vieira, Dolly, and Piruella have contributed in creating a space where people from around the world could connect, feel welcome, and share joyful moments as part of the community. We are deeply grateful for Sai's presence and the contributions she made during her time with Perfruor. We will continue to support her as she focuses on her personal priorities and begins a new chapter in her journey. So yeah, it seems to be a personal priority thing, not a I don't like anybody in Perfruor. No, it's more like a personal priorities thing. To all park goers, thank you for continued support of Saotome and Perfruor's Vieira Vanilla, Dolly Doppel, and Piruella. And of course, as I mentioned before, she has her own thing. She says, I'm stepping away from the group activities to prioritize family matters, but I'm still here as a part of Aqua Virtual EN. It will still create content individually, but at a more consistent time so that I can juggle in other work. Thank you for always sticking with me, Saotomos. So that is the thing. You always have to see, me personally. I feel sad when this happens because it is, kind of people liked her in Perfruor, etc. But the point is, she has her priorities straight of being someone who is going to be taking care of family first. That is always the thing that should always come first. And I'm proud of her for making that decision. Of course, it doesn't really matter who I'm proud of or whatever. Proud of her for making the decision though. And I'm glad that she is going to be taking care of family. And I know that things are going to continue to be successful for her. In an interesting turn of events, Ironmouse is a part of a music video, bbno money, is that they recently had done, which is an interesting thing. But how are they a part of it? There's a couple things here. There's, of course, little cameos of her being here, of course, being little parts here, there. And of course, you have that part there. And of course, I'm going to skip through a lot of it, of course, because it is copywritten. So, and also some of it's just very, very strange, but that's kind of expected, I guess. And of course, you can see here, in this little section, the little section here, whatever, that you saw around there, of some of them in the background there. And they also have a section here where you can see various VTubers. Of course, you have Lala, you have, Froggy, you have all these other folks, of course, Buff Pup, and others there. You have a ton of them that are also being a part of the whole thing. And of course, in the background, anytime you have any of this stuff here, you have Ironmouse in the background there. You have tons and tons and tons of different little aspects with Ironmouse being its different parts la scene and all, dancing, people in the background there. So it's a lot of the VTuber thing. Of course, yeah, people are like, oh, bbno money, who is he and why is he doing this and all that kind of stuff. Number one, seems like he does like VTubers at least a little bit. It is a strange video, but of course music videos are meant to grab attention to your songs and not necessarily meant to be, well, they can be artistic in one way or the other. But it is nice to see that at least some VTubers have been able to get in there and get themselves seen by people, because so far in the 23 hours since I have, been looking at this, it's 630K, which is still pretty darn good for less than a day. That rhymed, but I didn't mean to. But there we go. That is, of course, something nice to see in the VTuber world. Impulse is, of course, a anime-based convention. It is a convention of all things anime. It's going to have something in the Bay Area on July 26th. It's going to have Anime Impulse OC in August as well. And right now we're talking about something that's going to be happening at Anime Impulse OC, which is the Holostars EN. It are going to be invited. You can see all the guys here. And it's going to be at the Anaheim Convention Center on August 30th. It's part of Hololive Meet. If you remember before, I did cover how it was Iris and Crony that were also invited to Hololive Meet. So since they have all the Holostars EN, well, a lot of the Holostars EN in there, they are probably also going to be having some Hololive EN, more people popping in there, because Hololive always is popular. Holostars have been very popular at the Anime Impulse. From what I understand, their meet and greets have already sold out, which is amazing. I think last year when they did it as well, I think they were invited last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they were invited last year, and last year as well, everything sold out. So of course they did announce them down here, each one individually. They showed, of course, other guests, but they're, of course, showing the tickets available for all of the ones: Crimson Ruse, Gerard T. Rexford, and, of course, Octavio, Gold Bullet. All of them have been pretty much sold out. And then you have Machina X Fleon, Gavis Bettel, Banzuin Haka, and, Joshuji Shinji. Others, they've all sold out. There isn't anyone else there, as far as I can tell, beyond those in Holostars EN. I don't think Holostars JP has been invited this year. They just try to, of course, go for people that are going to, be guaranteed in a lot of cases, or at least close to be guaranteed to be selling out, or at least bring some people in there. Every single convention has to try to get more audience in there, and that's why they do these things. So, of course, big congratulations for the Holostars for getting this big win here. So, Kanata is, of course, a member of the 4th generation of Hololive JP. She had to go to the hospital recently. There was a bit of a health scare. She was saying that she was streaming. I'll paraphrase it a little bit to you, and then I'll show you a little bit of the clip. She was streaming. She started to feel a pain in her left side. It started to get worse and worse, like a left hip area. Worse and worse and worse as time went on. And then she ended up saying, I have to go to the hospital. I'm going to stop stream right now. I have to go to the hospital. People got worried. People got very scared. And because, have to go to the hospital, pain on your side. It could be, many, many things. It could be whatever it is. It could be something bad. It could be something small, etc. here. But of course, she did have to go do a urine test. And here's where we're going to start with talking about it.
検査をしてくださいと言われまして、もう本当にごめんなさい、アイドルなんですけど、これだけは素直に言わせてください。生まれて初めて血尿が、みたいな。
Oh, there was blood in the urine. Yep, I know what this is gonna be. I know what this is gonna be.
ちょっと待ってみたいな。本当皆さんすいません。汚い話で。で、そこで頭の中でピッピッピッピッピッピッ。血石だ。そしたらなんか CT みたいなの取ってくれたんですよ、そこの病院は。はい。血石でした。
Oh dear.
ここにね、白いちっちゃいのがあるでしょって。まあ、石だね。やばい。もう出てくるの待つしかないんですよねって。だから、いっぱい、お水とか飲んでくださいと。
So, she had kidney stones. She had kidney stones. I know personally the pain associated with kidney stones. I have had, no lie, according to my doctor, because they do CT scans, and they do, sometimes they just do, other type of scans. They do, ultrasounds and things like that on my kidneys before and things like that. I have had, by the count of my doctors and by the count of the emergency room, about 400 to 500 kidney stones in my adult life. in the last couple of decades. I've had anywhere from 400 to 500 different kidney stones. They do not stop hurting, by the way. They do not. They are always painful. And yeah, it is weird when you start, peeing out sand. When you start releasing sand, that kind of sucks, because your body is not meant to release sand. It is not meant to. It's meant to release water and all byproducts, but not sand. So yeah, she had that bad experience that I can relate to all too well. It is a painful experience. It is a debilitating experience. It does absolutely suck. I'm glad that she's doing better, and I'm glad that she was able to get through it. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of different sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between, to try to do some good and, at least put some positivity out there. Today, we're talking about Wini, who is a VTuber, voice actor, artist, and rigger. And, of course, they have their Twitch, which is the first thing I'm going to take a look at. And, of course, taking a look at it there. Hi, my name is Rini, and I have a big, big weenie. I am feral and love making friends, V-Broke, and Project Hibiki. And of course, they can do their business email there as well. Let's take a look at something that they recently did, which is a post-debut stream. Them just having a little bit of fun here. And let us make sure that there's some audio here for you guys to listen to.
Did that before my debut, like the day before.
So there you go.
Cool. Y'all should check them out sometime.
They're a little low, so I am gonna boost up their volume quite a bit. There you go.
Maybe. Although he is the biggest hater and he hates me, so. I was kind of surprised. Like, when he invited me, I thought he was going to ask me, like, stupid-ass questions. But no, he asked me actual questions. And I was like, what? 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 But I'm a little surprised. He said I was the oddest person there. What do you mean by that? I'm not that weird. I'm pretty normal. Oh my god.
So there you go. That's a little bit of their post-debut stream there, and of course they did recently have a debut on June 28th, and they are already starting to post some stuff on their channel. They're posting some live 2D showcases of things they had done before, but they had decided to finally go from an artist to be an actual YouTuber, VTuber. So of course that is great to see, and thank you so much, Rini, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. Hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.